We continue to follow breaking news out of New York. Former President Donald Trump found guilty on all 34 counts in his hush money trial. He's the first former president to be found guilty of felony crimes in the history of this nation. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
I'm Kelly Jackson, and Allred is off tonight. Prosecutors charged him with falsifying business records in an attempt to cover up hush money payments he made to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. The jury agreed with government prosecutors who argued Mr. Trump made those illegal payments in pursuit of a conspiracy to affect the outcome of the 2016 presidential election. Jurors reached the unanimous verdict after 9.5 hours of deliberation.
So let's bring in political editor Mark Maxwell. And Mark, delegates for the RNC were chosen in Missouri and Illinois already, right?
That's right, and the timing will weigh heavy on their minds. Keep in mind, Mr. Trump is scheduled for sentencing Thursday, July 11. That's just 4 days before Republican delegates head to the National Convention to officially nominate a candidate for president. So do they continue, and for the first time ever, nominate a convicted felon to run for president? Do they risk possible ballot access challenges in swing states? These are not just mere hypotheticals. These are very real circumstances that Republican elected officials are preparing for even now. Congressman from Alabama, Mo Brooks, a Republican, has tweeted that maybe the party should replace Trump, quote, with a good character nominee. In Missouri, Attorney General Andrew Bailey has already said he'll deploy whatever legal tools necessary to protect Trump's ballot access or voters' ability to select him, suggesting that it could already be in danger in states that ban felons from running for office. Remember, many states bar felons from voting. I'm just going to pause for a quick moment to note that, yes, Mr. Trump is now a convicted felon, and yes, he is still eligible to vote in Florida. That's because that's where he considers his primary residence, but he's been convicted. Had he been convicted there, Florida law would have made him ineligible to vote. He was convicted in New York, and state law in New York says you only lose those voting rights after incarceration. Missouri AG candidate Will Scharf, one of Mr. Trump's lawyers, has vowed to speedily appeal. The speed of that appeal could impact this potential sentencing for July. Remember, that earlier Supreme Court question over Trump's ballot access in Colorado and other states only considered whether a state could throw Trump off the ballot for their interpretation of insurrection. The court did not consider a separate question of validity of state laws that might ban a convict from running for office. So there could be a whole new question open on that legal front.
Because the laws are so different in different states.
Right, and the court said that a federal election should be run by feds and not the states, but they didn't consider that conviction.
But just so everybody understands, Donald Trump, no matter what happens in this case, can still become the president of the United States.
There's nothing that stops the voters from if the party nominates him, even if he's in say that he is sentenced to jail and he's in jail during the convention, they could still nominate him. Voters could still select him. That much could still proceed.
What are high-ranking Republicans saying right now? Are they supporting him, or are they kind of backing off?
I mean, that was the one example I used. Senator Josh Hawley basically said this was a sham, and he tried to link this to Joe Biden. You're seeing a lot of that rhetoric. There's no evidence for a claim like that. You'd have to, I mean, so they're trying to make it political. This does add fuel to that rhetorical fire that Donald Trump has said the system's out to get me. Well, now that's becoming more real. So it's starting to set in. But this isn't a time to look to rhetoric or spin from politicians. It's a time to review the evidence and the facts and see, you know, I'm sure there will be a lot of interest in the jurors and what happened in that jury room.
All right, Mark, thanks.
All right, and again, Donald Trump will be sentenced July 11th. He could face a fine, probation, or up to 4 years in prison. We will continue to follow this breaking story, an historic story, on air on KSDK.com and on the 5 on Your Side app.
We do have